Welcome back to ERAtv, where we have a little fun with the movers and shakers of the direct response business. I'm Craig Burnett. With me is Billy Mays III. Billy, thanks for joining us today. Now, before we get to the questions that everybody is expecting me to ask, what I want to ask you about is your music and the music business. How's that been going for you?
It's good, man. I'm just pushing away at writing music. I'm trying to keep a foot in this business. The music business is obviously a separate thing, but it still intertwines. So I try to get some of my music in infomercials and stuff like this, and so far I've only had a few. But I have had some, which is
well,
good.
It's a start, right?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
So they're both creative businesses.
Yeah.
Which do you enjoy most, the music or the television part?
Well, I mean, I'm a musician, so I work in this business, in the production side, on the other side of the camera. So I mean, really, I was kind of born into this part. I'm not really rooted in this business. So I just try to keep my dad's name alive in it. Pretty much.
Absolutely. Now, what was it like growing up with somebody who was so adept at selling and eventually became a household name? I worked with your dad back in 1991
You did.
on a little show called Hollywood Discoveries out in Los Angeles, and he was great back then. I mean, of all of the people that we had on that show, he nailed everything he did.
What did he pitch?
It was a rubber broom, I think.
The one sweep thing.
Right, the one sweep, and then H2No, a car wash sort of thing.
The Washmatic.
The Washmatic thing. Yeah. So he was great. What was it like being around that your whole life coming up?
It was awesome, man. That's my memories of my dad were, behind the booth playing with toys as he's up in front of the lights, pitching to 50 people, and so that's like my memory of him. So I love that. I love the pitch business for that. The home shows and all that. The circuit.
That's huge.
The circuit.
Now, did he ever have days where just nothing was clicking and nothing sold and it was just awful?
Not when I was around. From the time I could actually remember. I was really young, where I didn't even know what the business was, and I was in it. So I don't really remember much of that, business-wise, how he was doing. But from the minute that I can remember, it was just amazing how good he did. It was not human. How to me, because I don't know. Everyone would tell me that he had the best numbers at that show all the time, and I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Sure. Well, he was a force that nobody had really run across before or since even.
Yeah.
And I think he had that kind of magic that you just couldn't resist. Mm-hmm. My son has worked with me in the business a little bit. What was it like your first time on your first shoot?
My first shoot?
Yeah.
I remember my first shoot. It was Kaboom. It's for Kaboom, and my dad tells me I started living with my dad after high school or after college. After I graduated college, I moved in with my dad, and he told me it was all set up that I'd be working for the production company, for Sully's production company, Sullivan Productions, and he kind of just brought me in one day, and when I got there, nobody knew that I was coming, and it was really awkward for me. So they kind of just threw me on a wall and had me start painting it, and that was my first thing. And I think people wanted to pick on me, not pick on me, but they didn't know that I was going to be a real worker.
Right.
They thought I was just hanging out, and it turned out to be my job. I do that now, all the time. So that was about 3 years ago, and since then I think I do a pretty good job. They've kept me around. So
absolutely. Now, what's it like? You had a life of relative obscurity, even though your dad was famous.
Yeah.
But then now with Pitchman, and I'm sure with your distinctive look, you're recognized all the time. What's that like? Walking, I'm guessing the babes go crazy.
I'm not recognized that much. I mean,
really?
Here I'm I get stopped every minute, but that's what this is. Me and Sully are rock stars here. We feel which is fun. But in my daily life, I rarely get recognized, except a couple times I'll get some inventors who want to pitch to me in a Target or something, and that gets a little weird sometimes because I don't expect that. But I think once I got a taste of people recognizing me a lot, it's nice to have anonymity, because I'd hate to get stopped all the time like my dad used to. I wouldn't hate it; it'd be awesome, but you'd get sick of it. I think
probably awesome for about a week. I would think. Yeah.
And me and my dad are those kind of people that even here, even if I don't recognize the person, I try to talk to them and listen to their story. And I love talking to people, but it kind of, some people take advantage and will talk to you for 20 minutes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're like, well, I got to move on, and I'm not going to tell them where I got to go. I'll be like, very, very great story, but
So what can we expect on this season of Pitchman? It seems like the tone of the show is more toward the personal stories of the inventors and the struggles and the path that they've gone on toward their goal of getting their product in the hands of everyone in the country. What else can we expect from the show?
I mean that's a big part of it now is the inventors, like you said, and it's just obviously it's a different vibe to the show now. I think they're kind of spreading out the stories more, and
sure.
I like the tone of it, and like how it gets a little warmer, and a little more personal with people, which is it's good TV, I think. So
yeah,
I'd expect that, and I don't know. I actually haven't seen a lot of the episodes, so
now will we be seeing Billy Mays III record albums being pitched by Anthony anytime soon?
I don't know. Actually, Sully, I finally I played him some of my new music, and he was kind of blown away, which I don't know if he ever really listened to my music until then. He would be like, oh yeah, he's a musician, But then he actually gave it some attention the other day. I think he was actually really impressed, but I don't know if he could. I don't know if he'd pitch some music. His brother's a musician though, so he's down with that.
Do you ever just want to walk up to him and give him a little slap and say, okay, enough with the fake accent? Really, we've had it. It's done.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing with that accent. I have no comment on the accent.
Well, Billy, the best of luck to you with Pitchman and with your music career. We'll be watching everything you do.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's Billy Mays III. I'm Craig Burnett. Thanks for watching ERAtv. We'll see you next time.